Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon for an informative and exciting webinar to discover the latest news on Oceania Cruises. My name is Johanna de Guzman. I'm the Manager of Industry Relations for North American Travel Trade Membership here at CLIA, and I'm going to give you some quick housekeeping rules before introducing our presenter. The webinar will run for about 45 to 50 minutes with time for questions at the end. Please feel free to type your questions into the questions module of the webinar, and we will get to them at the conclusion of the presentation. This webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, CLIA Global. It is my pleasure to introduce your presenter, Christina Quinoy. With a 7-year company tenure, Christina has garnered a background in sales, training, and groups with Oceania Cruises. Her current position is Senior Training and Engagement Specialist for the brand. In this role, she hosts sales trainings, manages partner engagement initiatives, and oversees corporate events. And with that, take it away, Christina.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Joanna. So hello, everyone. I'm incredibly excited to be here today representing Oceania Cruises and to talk about one of my favorite subjects, which is the brand. My name is Christina Quinoy. And as Joanna pointed out, I've been with the company and the brand for over 7 years now, coming up on my 8th year in July, so I'm incredibly excited about that as well, new anniversary for me. So my current position is the Senior in Training and Engagement Specialist, which means truthfully I get to host a lot of these types of trainings and share my passion with you all as the kind of a brand ambassador with the community each and every single day. So with that, let's go ahead and jump right in. So we'll go ahead and begin with our brand proposition. Now, Oceania Cruises was created specifically inherently for an upper premium line, which is a niche to kind of bridge the gap between those great luxurious brands that we all know and love, and then the premium brands as well that we're all incredibly familiar with. So our focus is on attracting those well-traveled baby boomers, those who are empty nesters, retirees, a lot of times couples. We do cater to the solo market, so we will definitely talk about that as well. And most of our guests are looking for a relaxed yet luxurious travel option. So you might be asking, well, me as an advisor or an agency owner, who is the Oceania Cruises guest? How do I know how to cater to them or market to them? And the answer is essentially simple because the majority of these people are probably already in your database or someone you're already working with. So they're usually curious, savvy travelers, incredibly well-educated, affluent, experience-oriented. We used to call them allocentric travelers because they like going to those very niche kind of markets, those niche areas that cannot easily be found. So they're looking for that more adventurous type of travel. They're experienced travelers. They're looking to graduate from those lines, those wonderful lines that we love, those large premium lines, but they want to experience something else and maybe a little more intimate, adventurous, maybe individual discovery as well. And as I pointed out, these are typically couples. A majority of them are 55 plus, of course, in the market that I mentioned, kind of aforementioned there. They're looking at a new, maybe kind of couples kind of redesigning their relationship, trying to get back to the ways it was before their kids went off to college, or they're retirees and looking to get more adventurous. So you're looking at a demographic of 55 plus. Our average demographic is approximately 65 years of age, excuse me. And they're definitely interested in culture, fine arts, fitness, architecture, and with us, we'll definitely talk about this, but the culinary arts. I mean, we're very, I'm sure those of you who know us are we're known as the foodie cruise line, so they tend to gravitate towards our line for that region. So they belong to many different types of groups. If you're looking for these travelers, they can usually be found in yacht clubs, country clubs, of course, the golf demographic, and food and wine clubs, bridge groups. So essentially, these guests they're all over. They're probably already in your database, as I mentioned. So they enjoy traveling with others. So one of the great little kind of nuggets there of gold is that if you find one of these travelers, chances are there's a number of them around. So you can most likely build a group. I mean, we do have excellent group business, and a lot of our advisors can kind of, you know, it's almost like continuing that little strand of yarn. When you find one, you can usually find a number. So that's great as well. I mean, that helps everybody all at once, right? So Each of you, like I said, you probably already have these cruises on premium lines, and if they're looking to, sometimes they'll come to you. I know at trade shows we'll talk to advisors and they'll say, well, you know, I have certain guests that are looking at different things and they're kind of in a transitional phase in their life and they want something different. And that's where we kind of come in, where we can say, okay, we're stone's throw away from, as you can see here on the slide, Celebrity, Holland, Princess, Viking. But we're bringing a different type of experience to your guests, that upper premium experience. So it's not that much of a different sale to bring them to the Oceania Cruises brand. So we're a smaller cruise ship experience, of course. If they're looking for something where they're not as many crowds and something a bit more catered to them, more inclusions than some of the other premium lines as well, and we'll definitely talk about that. Higher level of personalized service. So of course the ratio is going to change because the number of guests in the actual service that we have on board is that ratio is pretty excellent, to be quite honest with you, and we'll talk about that as well. And then more freedom. So they want more seating, open seating arrangements. They're looking for, you know, not the tuxedos and the gowns, and they want to be able to just kind of enjoy their cruise and have that country club relaxed ambiance. So that is certainly what Oceania brings to the table. And clients currently selling on premium lines, they're definitely a good demographic. Not to say that we don't have those who come from luxury lines. Ultimately, if you asked me, well, how am I going to get someone on a luxury line on Oceania Cruises? Truthfully, they're going to book our suites. That's the type of guest. So if you're kind of coming to Oceania from a Regent or a Silversea or Seabourn, the way to kind of entice them to Oceania Cruises is the unique itineraries. We certainly build those itineraries with guests in mind, and those guests in particular, the value that they get. Maybe they just don't, you know, sometimes we'll have advisors say, well, I don't necessarily have the guests that, you know, the guests definitely don't want all of the inclusions because they feel that they are not, you know, that's not something they're interested in. So we really wanted to come to you because you have more of a freedom package. And then culinary experiences, as I mentioned, of course, we're certainly known for cuisine. So a number of guests do kind of gravitate towards Oceania Cruises for that reason. And as you can see here, we have a very high return guest ratio. So you can rest assured once they're on board, you really don't have a lot to worry about. The team on board, I can definitely tell you, takes them into their arms and make sure that they have that very personalized service. So not to worry there, we're definitely taking care of them. And now let's go ahead and talk about Simply More. Those of you who have been with us for some time probably know our previous value proposition. This is the newest version, and I think those who did know the other are probably pretty thrilled with Simply More and love the transition. And we know that because truthfully, whenever you see a new program come into the market, there are some transitions, right? We definitely, you can kind of feel it, but in our case, with Simply More, we felt that the transitions were just so much more positive. So we're very lucky. It was a seamless rollout, and that did happen within the last year and a half. So Simply More offers guests 2-for-1 cruise fares, round-trip air and transfers, a short excursion credit, depending on the value varies based on the actual sailing. And then the standard beverage package, which is, of course, champagne, wine by the glass, and beer for lunch and dinner meals only. Then we have that specialty dining that's already included, which is a really great value add for your guests. And then the unlimited Wi-Fi. Now, with that, I would argue that one of the best components of Simply More is the inclusion of the free shore excursion credit in the form of that generous credit. And as I mentioned, you know, that does vary based on the sailing. But considering we pioneered Oceania, in particular, the destination intensive cruising, where we're very focused on destinations and being able to bring guests off the ship and enjoy on shore, that experiential travel has really been the hallmark of the brand. So considering that's included, there's a great credit included there. We've seen that a lot of the advisors really have enjoyed that component and been able to sell it much better. And then with Simply More, your clients can essentially, I mean, we have questions about this, but they can choose any of our shore excursions. With the previous program, we didn't necessarily have that same promotion. Now it's basically any of the tours. There's no limits, and you can use that credit towards any of them. So travelers are much more apt to choose from the experiential travel options for us. Now, to give you a quick kind of synopsis on different types of tours that we offer, and a few very unique tours that are not just a cookie cutter city highlights. Not that there's anything wrong with those, but many of your guests, if they're looking to travel on Oceania Cruises, they've probably done those 3 or 4 times. So they want something different. So with that, we offer Go Local tours, which were really unique. I really loved when these came out there. The perspective is local cultures, cuisines, day-to-day life of the community you visit. So you're working with a local guide. And those tours include visiting, for example, local monasteries, artisans, meeting with artisans, shepherds, craftsmen, and many others. And one in particular that I'm incredibly excited about, my personal, choice here for my up and coming Mediterranean cruise, is called the Provence Black Truffle Discovery Tour. Sounds pretty enticing. So during this tour, you hunt for black truffles in the provincial countryside with a guide and truffle dog hunting. So you're taught how to extract truffles from beneath its soil without damaging them. And then you can enjoy the truffles of your labor with a nice glass of local wine. So I had a family member do this and they absolutely loved it. So I'm really excited about this, but this is something that's not a day-to-day. It's absolutely curated for our guests. And if you're like me, we'll get into our great meals on board, but you probably love great meals when you're traveling. So our culinary discovery tours include a wonderful culinary experience on shore. Now, one in particular that's on that same cruise that I'm hoping to book for next fall is the fish and spice markets with Turkish luncheon at Grand Bazaar Culinary Tour. So during this tour, the guests are able to explore Istanbul's famed spice markets with a chef from our culinary center as a local guide, so they don't have to worry about kind of wandering miscellaneously. They're already guided there. And then the guests will discover a popular fish market. They'll identify local favorites with accessing the vast knowledge of our chef, and the region and the cuisine. So they're also able to, including in the store, they can browse around the 4,000 vendors in the famous shops at the Grand Bazaar as well, which is always, of course, a favorite, and that's a staple. Now, that's just a small glimpse into the amazing adventures your guests can have while traveling with us. As you can see here, there's more than 3,000 tour options. So we talked about Go Local and culinary discovery tours, but we have Go Green tours, which are very much about sustainability, food and wine tours, and you can guess with those. Many of us would enjoy those. Wellness discovery tours as well. So this brings us into a very interesting component to kind of talk about wellness in certain regions. I know we have a lot. One in particular is a mud bath in India and Mumbai, and that's pretty interesting as well. So certainly look those up. Beyond Blueprints, those are pretty interesting tours as well. They're more from the architectural standpoint, so you can kind of see how and why and what the inception was behind different various staple locations in the entire world. And evening excursions, private cars and drivers, of course, for those who want their own tours. And we've seen a lot of that spike, post-COVID for guests wanting to book their own private cars and drivers. And then city and regional highlights as well. So with that, let's go ahead and kind of jump into our pillars. We like to consider these our pillars. These are our staple components of the brand and kind of have been our main focus and attention since the inception. So small ship luxury, exquisitely crafted cuisine, and curated travel experiences. So as I mentioned, these are our main areas of focus. And because we believe it makes a huge difference in the cruise vacation experience, it makes it an unforgettable one for our guests. We first want them to experience a destination through their time ashore, so have more time ashore. And that's included in the curated travel experiences component. And then second, offering highly personalized service and while enjoying that country club casual atmosphere that I mentioned earlier. And that's the small ship luxury experience on board. And then third and final is serving the finest cuisine at sea to rival, honestly, any of the best restaurants ashore. If you haven't tried our restaurants, please, 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 I encourage you, speak to your sales representative, try to get on board, whether it be through Travel Advisor reduced rates, or ship events, or just, sailing with us. Honestly, the food, truthfully, is to die for. I've been here for 7 years. If I didn't try the Aquamar cuisine, I probably would have gained a lot of weight. It's honestly incredible. So we'll definitely talk about that in a few moments. But what we do better than anything else is certainly exquisitely crafted cuisine. And with all of that, Cruise Critic is not the easiest choice to win, or award to win, if you will. And we were We were voted the best midships category and best overall cruise line, best dining, best cruise line value, best cruise line service, and best cruise line staterooms and suites. So we certainly appreciate that. We know that that is you and your guests pushing us forward and making us feel great. So we appreciate that on our side. Now, let's go ahead and touch on curated travel experiences. So when we talk about this, we're talking about specifically what your guests want and what they want to see, where they want to go, where they want to travel. So a lot of planning goes into the itineraries. I know the team works very hard on these to give your best guests the absolute best opportunities and the best experiences ashore. So we sail to over 450 ports around the globe. So no matter where your guests want to travel, what crevice of the world they want to be in, which small areas, we can find honestly the perfect voyage for them, which we certainly pride ourselves on. I mean, that's it's something that takes a lot of time to find new and very interesting ports each and every year. So we absolutely love finding those. And a lot of times we take guest requests. So guests, might say, hey, we're really interested in traveling to this part of the world. And maybe we say, okay, well, we hadn't thought about that before. How can we incorporate that? So we certainly take your suggestions and your guest suggestions as well to heart, and we incorporate those as well. So our cruises range between 7 to 180 days in length. Of course, that would be our world cruise, the 180 days. And we're going to talk about that in a few minutes as well. And we offer everything in between. And that means that your clients have more time in port. We offer more overnight stays. And then we blend those marquee and boutique ports of call as well to offer a variety of different locations for guests to travel. So even the experienced cruisers we're offering them 3,000 experiences ashore. So over, I should say, 3,000 experiences ashore. So they can certainly find something for them. And then the size of our ships really offers us that option to get into those very small niche ports and visit places that are just, unfortunately, it's truly not possible with a larger ship. So we have, a number of different destinations that we visit. And not only that, I mentioned more overnight stays and more time in port. Longer stays in port offer guests not such a rushed, again, kind of falling into that relaxed theme, not such a rushed, very difficult time to get back. You don't want them to feel overwhelmed to get back from a tour and try and get from here to there. And the more time in port gives them that ease of knowing, okay, we can get back to the ship and have this great experience. We can enjoy our time, on shore and then come back to the ship. So again, kind of just playing into that experiential travel. And with that, I'd like to show a quick video about our 2026 around the world cruise. And this was exciting for us because this year, for the very first time, we are offering that option on Vista. So let's go ahead and play this here.
In the year 2026, the Vista will have a great gift by taking guests around the world. Everyone will be here with open arms to welcome you in 2026 for another great adventure around the world.
So with that, We are incredibly excited for Vista, our newest ship, which was definitely, I don't want to say a gamble, but we weren't sure if we should place the newest ship on Oceania Cruises as our world cruise vessel. And now we're seeing other lines do this, and it's become a pretty, it was definitely bold, but it has worked out for us. We're very excited to have Vista host our around the world cruise in 2026. It's very exciting for us. And here you can see just a quick kind of concise itinerary for us for the 180-day around the world round trip 2026 Vista voyage, which is going to be a Miami round trip voyage. And so some key takeaways here from this is that we'll visit 43 countries. We're going to visit 101 ports, 6 continents, and 81 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. So for our guests, that's a very big number, and they're certainly excited about that. The smallest population is going to be Whitsunday Island in Australia with a population of 1,347. And largest population is going to be, of course, Mumbai, India, with 23 million. So what do we offer guests? We're offering them more flexibility, offering more choices as well. So offering a 180 or 120-day option departing from San Diego. Another option, 197 days for those who have more time on their hands, 197-day option departing from Los Angeles. And in addition to that, a 180-day round trip Miami, which is the previously shown itinerary. Now, not to worry, guests still have the opportunity to enjoy simply more. And that is the 2-for-1 cruise fares, as we mentioned previously. With the World Cruise, we changed things up a bit. They are offered the free first class round trip airfare, airport transfers, the champagne, wine, and beer by the glass for lunch and dinner meals, that package, the free gourmet specialty dining as well, which is a huge component, the free unlimited Starlink Wi-Fi, and then the short excursion credit continues on with the World Cruise as well. Now the value varies, of course, as I mentioned previously, depending on the sailing. So 180 days, they're receiving an $8,800 credit. 197 days, $9,600 credit, and for the 120-day voyage, $5,800 credit. And additionally, we offer the exclusive prestige package for the around the world. So that's free prepaid gratuities for the 180 days, $8,200 for a value, 197 days is a $9,000 value, and 120 days is a $5,500 value. And then we offer the free onboard medical consultation, laundry services, exclusive shoreside events as well. Those are very popular. Free visa package, free luggage delivery, and then the free one-night pre-cruise luxury hotel stay. Now let's go ahead and talk about our 25-26 collection of voyages for the Tropics and Exotics release. So season highlights, we will have a total of 135 total itineraries with this voyage, with this season. And then 40 grand voyages, 329 total ports, 90 plus featuring overnights, and then 200 plus that are also going to feature total overnights. So with that, just to give you a quick idea of where each one of our ships is traveling during this time, we have the Asia Icons aboard Regatta, Sienna, Riviera, and that's going to span Japan, Southeast Asia, China, and India. And then Australia, New Zealand, and the South Pacific with Riviera series of voyages in the Oceania regions. Africa's Amazing Wonders and Nautica's Adventures ranging from 11 to 30 days. The Caribbean Island Boutiques and Panama Canal sailings, incredibly popular on Insignia and Allura. And then we'll explore South America aboard Marina and see the best of Brazil and the Amazon, along with the Patagonia and beyond. And then, as I mentioned, Vista becomes the ultimate home at sea for our epic 2026 around the world voyage, which we are very excited about. Now, we mentioned the crowds and guests kind of wanting that more laid back, enjoyable ambiance. So let's go ahead and dive right into this. One of the first things your guests are going to notice when they board an Oceania ship, and if you have not already boarded, you've probably noticed that Oceania Cruises ships are intimate and private. So we offer that very intimate and private ambiance. The size of our vessels allows guests to feel very free to roam around the vessel without feeling incredibly crowded. It also allows our team to get acquainted with the guests and become familiar with their personal preferences. So oftentimes we'll find the guests will come to us and say the onboard team has learned their names, they know their favorite dishes at the restaurants, they know their favorite drinks in the bar, and so much more. So that's ingrained in us. That family atmosphere has certainly been ingrained in our family and our company DNA, excuse me, from the inception. So that really makes a difference in your client's voyage and their experience on board. So you may be asking, I mean, what is the small ship luxury difference on our side? And if you have not sold it, it's good to know these things, because this is a great piece and a way to kind of provide this information to your guests if they're questioning it. So first, personalized service. So we certainly want to offer that high level of personalized service. And in today's world, we know that guests they're looking for more of a meaningful connection. Of course, now guests are really wanting to extend their cruise vacations. They want to be a part of that family. They want to start finding brands that they feel comfortable with, and stick with those brands, truthfully. So they could be sailing with hundreds of guests rather than thousands of guests. And this creates their atmosphere, and it creates an option for them to kind of become a part of that family, and not only become a part of our family with the onboard team, but I don't know how many guests will tell us that on a regular basis they've met lifelong friends on these journeys, and that's really important as well, that we have that opportunity for the guests and we create that ambiance. And as I mentioned, our staff, they certainly get to know their preferences, they anticipate their needs, whatever they may need on board. They're able to supply that, of course, within reason, but we certainly go above and beyond to try and accommodate. And that's something that, it's very difficult to accommodate on a larger ship. It's just the size and the ratio, we're able to do that. So, and then second is the country club casual ambiance. So as I mentioned earlier, they can leave the gowns and tuxedos at home. It's very, very relaxed. We have that comfortable resort style country club casual ambiance on board, so it's not a stuffy feeling. And then finally, third and fourth. So third, we're able to provide a variety of activities for our guests without the crowd. So we have that perfect blend of entertainment venues, restaurants they can choose from, and you see those varieties on the larger vessel, but they can enjoy that with those amenities without the larger crowds. And then the process of embarkation and disembarkation in itself is always stressful, but in this case, somehow we do seem to make it pretty effortless and seamless for the guests. And then fourth and finally, our guests oftentimes comment how they want to travel with like-minded individuals and travelers. As I mentioned, you can form a group. We don't have to appeal to every segment of the market. So with that small ship experience, we can certainly find common ground with other guests and kind of gives that or lends itself to our guests to be able to make those relationships while on board. And as you can see here, this slide in particular depicts, certainly what we want to showcase on board, and that's residential style. It's not, as we mentioned, it's not stuffy. It's something that we want to make sure that our guests feel like this is a home away from home. This is something that probably looks like, their home, they feel comfortable in it, and it's not cold, it's very warm, neutral colors, and we'll definitely talk about that in a few moments with our suites and staterooms as well. So let's go ahead and talk about the fleet. I mean, this is a key component. You probably want to know what our ships look like and what they entail, and we definitely want to give you that information. So the Oceania Cruises fleet, our fleet is made up of 7 beautiful small ships, the R class, the O class, and the Allura class. So the 656 Regatta Insignia Nautica and 648 guests Sirena make up our R class fleet. And then the 1,238 guest Marina Riviera make up our O class fleet. And then our newest addition, the 1,200 guest Vista, which was christened last year, is the first of its kind in the Allura class ships. So no matter which ship the guests are on, truthfully, they'll enjoy the benefits of the small ship luxury country club ambience, the country club casual ambiance, and the same gracious, genuine service that they'll always receive while on board. So let's go ahead and begin with our R class ships, the smaller vessels that we have in the fleet. And the Regatta class carries between, as I mentioned, 648 and 656 guests. and a staff of no more than 400, which of course, that ensures that the highest level of personalized service is being provided to your guests. So the size of the vessels allows us to enjoy an intimate and luxurious experience while traveling. And each of our R-Class ships, Regatta, Insignia, Nautica, and Sirena, they all feature 4 distinctive open seating restaurants, 8 bars and lounges, and an English-inspired library with more than 2,000 books to choose from. And to better appeal to the market of solo travelers, we have added the solo ocean view staterooms on each of the Regatta ships. So these, those of you who are familiar with us, these S categories were redesigned from the previous E categories. And as you can see here, we've ensured that these rooms are perfectly spacious and accommodating. So now let's go ahead and talk about our beautiful O-Class ships. The Marina Riviera joined our fleet and were custom created for our brand in 2011 and 2012, and they carry 1,238 guests. So with a staff of more than 800 on board, you can definitely feel at ease that your guests are certainly cared for. Marina and Riviera feature all the warmth and amenities of the R-Class ships, same feel, but some new surprising additional features. So those include Red Ginger and Jacques, 2 additional specialty dining restaurants. And we also, with this class, pioneered the first hands-on cooking school at sea in our culinary center. So here, as you can see, these are guests that are enjoying a hands-on cooking class in the culinary center taught by one of our chefs. And very exciting for us, when we re-inspire something or when we place something in dry dock, one of our ships, we certainly try to bring it up to par and ensure that we are continuing the element and continuing our brand promise with each one of our vessels. And Marina, of course, is no shy of that. So we are very excited that Marina has some new enhancements that we know that guests will truly love, so better than new. With those enhancements, they include moving La Reserve to Privé, which is very similar to Vista, adding our newest specialty restaurant, again, from Vista, which has become a crowd favorite, Aquamar Kitchen, including our new alfresco pizzeria that serves delicious pizzas on the terrace. And then we've expanded our delicious poolside ice cream bar. So if you are on board, please, I encourage you, try the Humphrey Slocum ice cream. And if they happen to have Regatta Royale, just so you know, you can tell everyone on board, that was created, that particular flavor, for our very own Regatta. And refreshing, we did refresh our public spaces, penthouse suites, and bathrooms. And then finally, adding a large array of new itineraries for Marina's 2025 voyages. And as you can see there's Aquamar Kitchen and that delicious looking avocado toast. So next up, we'll talk about our newest babies, our class of ship, the Allura class. So Vista and her sister ship, which will actually debut in 2025, will offer guests a truly phenomenal, public spaces, restaurants, and itineraries. Now, I personally had the utmost pride to host 2 of our partner showcases. I hope that I saw some of you there this past year. And I was truly in awe of how gorgeous the ship was. It just gave us kind of that revitalizing, encouraging excitement for the brand. We've already loved it for so many years, and now we have beautiful, shiny new toys that I'm sure you all have enjoyed. And you'll have the opportunity to try immersive mixology experiences on these ships, enjoy several of our different, excuse me, I had a little glitch here, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Joanna, can you just make sure that I'm still on? Can everyone still see the presentation?
Yep, you are
Perfect.
on. We are looking at Allura class, right?
Beautiful. Yes. Thank you so much. Just wanted to make sure we were still on. I had a little glitch on my side. Thank you. So from here, let's see here. So excuse me, I'm sorry. So I had the opportunity to enjoy that showcase, as I mentioned, and we have some new culinary experiences, mixology experiences on board, and these include Aquamar Kitchen, offering an array of wellness-inspired dishes and a hint of indulgence. The bakery at Baristas, I certainly enjoy those bakery pastries and items, and then our new signature dish restaurant at Ember. And one of our chefs, our top chefs, was mentioning on one of our videos, I'm not sure if you happen to see it, how oddly enough, the bakery and fresh, salty, kind of sweet and savory goods and the combination of the ocean, it's just a phenomenal, they kind of go cohesively together. And it wasn't until we were on board where we thought, oh, that really makes sense. Absolutely, we agree. So certainly try the bakery as well. So now in addition to the Allura class, we have some very exciting news. So with that, we have very exciting news that I'm sure you have seen. We'll take delivery of 2 new ships. So these ships are almost 33% larger than the Allura was, with only 20% capacity increase. So this allows our guests even more room to roam without additional crowds. And now on to, as I mentioned, our newest baby, Vista, who we absolutely love and adore. She's the first of her kind in the Allura class, and Vista offers a range of accommodations and luxurious suites to concierge level verandas. So she's the first of the Oceania Cruises fleet, our particular fleet, to have all veranda accommodations. And she holds 1,200 guests and a staff of more than 800. So again, keeping that guest to staff ratio pretty much warranted there. Now, as you can see here, the Vista offers a variety of concierge and deluxe veranda accommodations. Each room features those soft and neutral color palettes to set the tone for the relaxing and enjoyable accommodations for your voyage. So, excuse me, concierge level verandas, 290 square feet, standard verandas, 290 square feet, and then the B5 French veranda for 240 square feet. And much of that, as you can see here, is just kind of off the side of the ship where you would have a regular veranda with the French veranda. It is about a foot through the window that you can get, and of course, it does not have it doesn't have the chairs, the furniture, but you are able to enjoy the sea breeze. And now we'll go ahead and move on to her incredibly gorgeous suite accommodations. Just to give you a general idea of the high suite, the owner suite, it features a chic rosewood bar in its entryway, opening to a grand foyer that leads to the dining room, where an arching wall of glass overlooks the sea. And this particular beautiful suite, featured there in the top right-hand corner, is going to be 2,500 square feet of absolute true luxury. It's gorgeous. And the Vista Suite as well, 1,845 square feet. And who does not want, in the top left-hand corner, that gorgeous walk-in closet and nice little vanity area there. And in the Oceania Suite, in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see there that black and white, beautiful marble. The furnishings have just been honestly phenomenally picked. And that ranges between 1,000 to 1,200 square feet, depending on where the suite is located on the ship. And then in the bottom left-hand corner, we have our beautiful penthouses. It keeps with the similar neutral themes, certainly an oceanic color palette as well. So I'm fairly confident, and I'm sure many of you would agree, that your guests either already have had the privilege of traveling in a concierge level privilege, or they would certainly be interested in this. These privileges include the priority noon ship embarkation, exclusive card access to our private concierge lounge, which is dedicated for them on Marina Riviera and Vista. And then complimentary welcome bottle of champagne, priority online specialty restaurant reservations. Believe it or not, this is a highly coveted item. And many guests will just book the concierge levels categories and above, specifically for this reason. They certainly want to secure those restaurant reservations. Another highly coveted item is the unlimited access to our Aquamar Spa and Vitality Center, the private spa terrace. And then in addition to that, a number of different options as well, but another featured item would be room service from the grand dining room menu during lunch and and with that, guests loved our accommodations so much that we were asked to actually create our own bedding collection. So now they can enjoy their this brand, our particular brand, from the comfort of their own homes. And I can certainly attest that my favorite sleep is when I am on board one of our ships. You'll have to try that. Now, each of our ships features a unique lineup of onboard shows, entertainers, and ensures that all of your interests are piqued. So the show is called, this particular show is called Into the Night, and it takes you on a journey through many different musical genres and dance. Most guests are on their feet, honestly, within the first 5 to 10 minutes of the show. And Martini's Lounge is truly gorgeous. It's a place that you can spend your evening enjoying, you guessed it, a martini or whatever else your drink of choice might be. And this section is truly perfect place. Oftentimes guests either meet here before their amazing specialty dining meals or after for a nice libation. So absolutely a nice congregation place. Now, one of the most popular spaces on Vista is very interesting because it's almost like a speakeasy. When we created this, it's actually tucked away between the casino and the back entrance of the dining room, which is unique for it to become something so popular. The Founders Bar is a place, honestly, for guests to gather and enjoy bourbons, ryes, and craft cocktails. I think that's really what brings guests there. Very unique array of menus there when it comes to cocktails. And the bar has become so popular. A majority of it is due to unique cocktails, as I mentioned, and one of those is the Flavor Blaster Gun cocktail. So it's topped off with vapor-filled bubbles and aromatic flavors. So let's just go ahead and just take a look at a quick video that gives you an idea of the menu.
My name is Daniela Wancia, and I'm the corporate beverage manager. I want the guests to feel that they can approach a bar menu far more than just having a classic champagne cocktail. We must create a menu that incorporates a selection that is mindful of alcohol consumption, sugar content, as well as innovative for the new vessel Vista.
Perfect. So hopefully you'll be able to enjoy one of those very soon. So now moving on to Horizons, where you can certainly enjoy gorgeous views, but ultimately its claim to fame is the afternoon tea service in the space every single day. And we offer finger sandwiches, colorful petit fours, scones, and clotted cream, and of course, a wide assortment of teas. And as you can see probably by now, we have something on board for all of your guests, whether it be the Artist Loft with classes taught by an artist in residence, our Monte Carlo style casino, or a beautifully equestrian inspired library with over 2,000 periodicals. And again, if that's not enough, we offer enrichment classes and series hosted by carefully selected experts, and they're certainly teaching their craft and research. And let's say your guests are interested in enjoying a pampering relaxation day. Who wouldn't want to do that, right? They can schedule a spa treatment followed by some time enjoying in the Aquamar Spa Terrace. Here they can soak in the thalassotherapy pool. They're designed to take away any aches and pains, and then they can relax in one of our lounge chairs. And additionally, they can enjoy Pilates and other fitness classes available complimentary. And one-on-one personalized training classes are available for the guests on board as well. Now, if you'd like to try your hand at golf, I love playing golf. We have a very nice pedigree here on our sports deck, along with shuffleboard, pickleball, and croquet, and many other activities for the guests. And this beautiful oasis is our pool deck and gorgeous onboard vista. These cabanas are perfect for enjoying a book, relaxing in the sea breeze. Many guests absolutely love these cabanas here. Very luxurious and a nice oasis for them. And then this here is one of our currents. So this gives you an idea of the daily current provided to your guests in the room each and every day. to provide them with information about events throughout their stay. Now getting along to one of our favorite topics, which is of course, well, mine, I should say, food and our cuisine. So our commitment to culinary excellence is evident from the moment guests step on board. Truly, if they enjoy fine food, they'll absolutely love dining with us and enjoying our brand, because it is the pillar. We are the cruise line created by foodies for foodies. So considering that is our hallmark, we're often asked, what is our secret sauce? What is our recipe for success? And truthfully, that's easily answered with 3 key components. So the first is sourcing the world's, honestly, the finest ingredients in the world. Second is hiring the most talented culinary team in the industry. And third is investing in the best equipment, typically found in Michelin-starred restaurants, but we bring that on board our ships. So we did make waves this year. Hopefully you saw that we announced our newest culinary promotions within the brand. Both Jacques Pepin and Giada De Laurentiis have joined as culinary ambassadors to the brand, which is very exciting. I know that was a long time coming, and we are very excited to have announced that within the last few months. And then also Chef Eric Brau and Alexis Coretti have been promoted to our executive culinary directors. So these are very exciting times for us, considering we put a lot of our preface on our culinary story. Now, if you were not hungry yet, here we go. We're going to move on to our restaurants on board. Waves Grill is honestly the place. It's the place to have the most out of this world. I've had it. Surf and turf burger, phenomenal. Complemented by a hand dipped milkshake, and also I recommend our sorbet and our made to order hot fudge sundaes. They're delicious. And then baristas is where you can enjoy complimentary espressos. They are included, cappuccinos, lattes. Prepared by master baristas, as well as delicious pastries, finger sandwiches, and homemade biscotti. And in the Terrace Cafe, it's a perfect spot to enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whether your guests prefer to dine indoors or al fresco, they have that option. It's informal dining and truly at its best. No reservations are required here. And Terrace Cafe features a grill, so guests are able to enjoy dishes like grilled lobster tails, fish fillets, chops, and steaks. There's an expansive buffet as well that offers, for example, hand-cut sushi and sashimi, a variety of salads, entrees, and desserts. I truthfully can't think of anything better than dining outside after a very busy sightseeing day and enjoying a beautiful meal, as you can see there on that terrace. Now, our chef market dinners are something I definitely would not miss. I recommend them to everyone. The dining experience is featured in the Terrace Cafe, and it's been featured in over 27 ports globally. So it's certainly become a favorite. This is an opportunity for guests to sample fresh local cuisine in a relaxing al fresco environment in the Terrace Cafe. And typically this starts with our chefs visiting the local markets to source the freshest ingredients and wines for your evening meal. So for example, one of the examples is in Greece, our chefs will visit a local fishmonger and come back with locally caught sea bream or shellfish and prepare that to order on the grill. And you can sample other Greek favorites and taste lots of different Greek wines, exceptional white varietals as well from Santorini. And the chef market dinners have become so popular, we can just continue to expand them around the globe to different locations. And now we'll go ahead and talk about the grand dining room. So as you can see here, this has become a staple for us, this beautiful chandelier centered at the middle of the restaurant. And one of the first features there you will absolutely kind of notice is the chandelier and the large seating. Menus do change daily with a selection of at least 10 appetizers, soups, and salads, and tender dinner entrees. The grand dining room features everything from Jacques Pepin dishes to our plant-based dishes in the Aquamar Vitality cuisine. So, and one of the best things about this restaurant is no reservations are required. In Toscana, it features a signature Tuscan family-style cuisine. Each dish is displayed on custom-designed Versace china, so bringing in that element of service. And the hand-rich Chianti leather, as you can see there, hand-blown Venetian glass, and Carrara marble, they truly bring that Italian setting to life. Most of the popular dishes here would be octopus carpaccio or hand-rolled gnocchi with pesto. I also recommend personally the osso buco or the pan-seared sea bass with Sorrento, lemon, and capers. You truly cannot go wrong. Polo Grill, the ultimate steakhouse experience, is a personal favorite of mine. And Vista's Polo Grill sports incredibly comfortable seating, beautiful views, and gorgeous equestrian style. Here you can enjoy 28-day dry-aged steaks, all of which are certified Black Angus USDA Prime. And also for those who prefer seafood or would like surf and turf combination, swordfish or whole Maine lobster. And Red Ginger offers us our incredible Pan-Asian dishes, so your guests can journey through Thai, Korean, Japanese, and Asian specialties. My recommendation, spicy duck and watermelon salad, or the chef's sushi selections. They pick those out daily. And then miso glazed sea bass, which is a personal favorite. That is a requested dish, and it comes wrapped in a banana peel, closed in a very tiny clothespin. Ember is the newest addition to our restaurants, and with that, the venue pays homage to American classics, the open kitchen concept, the brick accents, comfortable seating arrangements. It certainly makes your guests feel right at home. Popular dishes here would be the braised short rib on polenta, or grilled swordfish with asparagus, crab cakes with spicy aioli, or a hearty Cobb salad with smoked chicken and kale and avocado. And then finally, Aquamar Kitchen is another new restaurant concept that's featured on Vista, and as you can see, as well as Marina. The menu offers a guest a variety of healthy options. Daytime favorites usually include the superfood smoothies, the avocado toast, and the breakfast wraps. And then lunch options, so roasted organic salmon with quinoa or yellowfin tacos with white cabbage slaw. We do also offer room service. Now, room service is complimentary, and truthfully, it does. If you are looking for something to just kind of relax and enjoy your day, kind of soak in your beautiful day in the comfort of your own room, just to give you an idea of what we offer for our complimentary room service, which might differ from others, is California rolls, shrimp cocktail, grilled salmon, and those are starters. Other entrees, beef fillet, Thai coconut red curry, and a Hawaiian poke bowl. And we will also bring you the Humphrey's Slocum ice cream that I mentioned earlier. So opportunities moving forward, there's many ways we can collaborate. So let's go ahead and start with our current offer. Now, if you'd like, I'm going to leave this here for a moment or two. This gives you information about our upgrade sale. So this is combinable with Simply More, provides your guests up to a 4-category upgrade offer, which is one of the best offers, honestly, we have. So I encourage you to use your phone. You can use that QR code, and that'll provide you with the 65 sailings for the 24 and 25 voyages that are currently offered. And this particular special promo is available until June 30th. So I'm going to leave that, I know, in the essence of time here for another moment. Okay, perfect. If I need to go back, you can let me know. And then moving on to how do you contact us? Well, we have expanded our call center hours. So those of you who have worked with us for some time, we did kind of reduce those for some time, and then now we're back. Guest services, as you can see here, is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Saturdays, on Mondays through Fridays, and then on Saturdays and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 5:30. And then our groups and special services team, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and they are closed on the weekends. And our team is certainly well equipped to help you make reservations, service those bookings as well. They're a wealth of knowledge. I spent 5.5 years of my career training and working with that team, and they are honestly incredible people. So I appreciate them very much. And keep in mind that it is a small company, so our hold times are honestly subsequently, they're certainly much smaller than the larger lines. So typically, I'd say no more than hold times of 10 minutes on a typical day, depending on when you call. And then Oceania Cruises University. So this is another way we can partner. If you are really interested in learning more about the brand and feel inspired, I hope you are. We offer Oceania Cruises University, which is a platform that can be accessed through your travel advisor portal on the website. And the university offers incredibly an incredibly large, vast amount of courses that allow you the opportunity to become an expert on the brand and feel more comfortable providing this to your client. So with that, I'd like to conclude by thanking you all for taking time out of your busy schedules. As I mentioned earlier, I hope you have and now share the same passion about the brand that I do. And I hope I didn't make you too hungry after lunch. So with that, Joanna, do we have a couple minutes for questions?
Christina, thank you so much. And we do have a few minutes here for questions. But if you could, because I'm pretty sure they're going to want to be able to access all this wonderful marketing material and know who their specific salesperson is. So could you go back to the slide or just speak on how to get in contact with their specific BDM for their region, or if there's a portal or a link that they can go to, if we can just get that back up on the screen. There we go.
Absolutely. Yes, of course. So this is our call center. If you needed to get in touch with the call center in particular, they typically will, of course, create and service bookings for you, and the groups team, special services team, they manage things from that front. But if you wanted to get in touch with your sales representative, if you are on the portal, the Oceania Cruises portal, so if you're on oceaniacruises.com and you're signed up as an advisor, not only can you partake, of course, in the classes that I mentioned previously, but you can also contact your sales representative, reach out to anyone in our sales department, and it'll give you all of their contact information. And that is on the website in our portal.
Great. And just last question here, because it's a popular question that we get all the time on these webinars. A lot of the agents, they want to experience your cruises, right, firsthand. They want to be on board. So are there any fam trips or agent rates, or how do they kind of unlock any of those benefits that Oceania offers?
Sure, of course. We unfortunately, that's a double-edged sword. We typically do not offer fam trips. We have talked about it in the past, but not necessarily coming up shortly, but we do offer travel advisor reduced rates. And that can be actually found in that same portal on the Oceania Cruises website when you log into your travel advisors, those sailings.
Great. Thank you for sharing that, Christina. And
Sure.
now that we just have a few minutes here, if you want to just leave us with any lasting tips on how to get clients interested or how to match the perfect client to Oceania, the floor is yours. And then we'll close up for the day.
Perfect. Sounds good. So with Oceania Cruises, I think a lot we talked about this, right? So much of it is specifically culinary inspired. So many guests are interested in that culture, into kind of bringing in the culture, bringing in the element. And I think the Chef Market Dinner shows a lot about your clients. It shows that that wasn't necessarily something that, we expected to get as big as it was. And now it's global. We're bringing in all over the place. So finding those foodies, finding those small groups, reaching out to those groups and trying to find the elements of kind of bringing them over to a group space. Ultimately, you find them at yacht clubs, you find them, as I mentioned, at country clubs, but a lot of the market is really after culture and experiences and culinary. So anyone you can find there in the premium space that's saying, hey, you know what, we really want to elevate our cuisine, we want to find better cuisine, we want to find any objection to your premium lines right now, it is a stone's throw away. And I know that all of you can easily make that mark.
Perfect. Thank you, Christina, for your time this afternoon. Thank you for sharing all the wonderful information about Oceania and what you all are offering travelers. So thank you again from CLIA and on behalf of the attendees. But have a great day, and we'll see everybody on the next webinar.
Thank you, everyone. Take care. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.